Hi, everyone, and welcome to another session of Deals Agent, where we summarize the market. This time, we will summarize the AI market. So I'm asking questions of the agent. Start with, are today's market among the most concentrated in history? And what do we get? We get the source from Capital Group, and we get the answer. Yes, the top 10 companies now approach 40% of the S&P 500. Similar extreme appeared in the US Nifty 50 era or in the Japan's 1980s boom. The difference is today is thematic. The largest names, which are NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, and Micron, are tied to one theme, which is AI investment. So they're way more correlated. You see that Deals Agent not only gives you the graph, but it also gives you the insights, really good insights about it. So let's ask another question. Is AI concentration a global phenomenon? And DealsAgent answer that it is. You see that demand is not just in the US, that you see that the top 10 firms in the MSCI emerging market also account for 41% of market capitalization. You see the big three of them, SK Hynix, Samsung, and TSMC, make up 29% of the index, less so in Europe, which is why managers say that they're real bargains over there. Let's ask how much of the US GDP relying on AI spending. And the answer that the agent tells us is heavily. Concentration risk is really high right now. 39% of all US growth depends on data center build, not just AI data center build. So that leaves earning and the wider economy exposed to an AI-led slowdown because of this huge concentration, since profit pools are traced back to the same physical build out. Is AI fatigue hitting the bond market? Is the next question. And signs of strains are showing with bond issuance, especially since it's weighted the debt of high profile borrowers, including Meta, Amazon, and SpaceX. Hyperscalers now make up roughly 4.8% of total market value of the Bloomberg US Corporate Investment Grade Index, which is up 78% of 2.7% last year. Now, let's ask, what should investors do about it? And again, we get a sourced answer from Capital Group. And the concentration in AI exposes a trade-off inside investing. Index investing, cap-weighted funds are less diversified than many assume, and cheaper is not necessarily safer. This isn't an argument against owning companies driving the AI era, but at today's rates, benchmarks and the passive strategies tracking them increasingly assume one set of outcomes will dominate. So a more balanced approach should be taken. DealsAgent gives you the practical steps. Measure what share of your holding sits in a handful of AI-linked names, add exposure to an old economy sectors and outside the US, so diversify in sectors and in geography, review both intended and unintended risk across the portfolio, be bold enough to own great businesses when fundamentally justify, and and differ from benchmarks when risk and reward call for it. Obviously, AI is great, but diversify and be humble enough that no single theme, however powerful, dictates the shape of the portfolio. That was the quick overview of the AI market with DealsAgent. Thank you.